everybody. Thank you guys for joining me for this special Christmas edition of Indie Film Cafe Spotlight. And I have a great show because we have a lot of people here that have been a part of this movie that is now available on Amazon and I believe Tubi as well. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. But yeah, it is available out there nationwide, international. Please welcome the cast and crew of Cup of Cheer, who I'm going to go through and introduce everybody. I guess if everybody wants to go and introduce themselves personally, feel free. I guess starting with Jake and such.
I'm Jake. I'm the director and co-writer of Cup of Cheer along with Andy over here.
Yep. Hi, I'm Andy, and I'm the co-writer of Jake and also the producer.
And I'm the co-writer with Andy over here.
Yep, and I'm the co-writer of Jake.
Yeah. In case everyone's unclear.
Yeah, well, we'll get into that too. I want to ask some questions about that. And sir, introduce yourself.
I'm Alexandra Oliver. I'm the male lead. I play Chris Mass.
Mass or Miss?
Chris. It's Chris. It's a German lineage of the word, so it really is up to interpretation. But there is one correct way to say it. Nobody knows.
We won't tell.
Nobody knows. All right.
Well, we won't say.
Do you have a middle name?
That's
to be revealed in another.
That sounds like Cup of Cheer 2 territory right there. Yeah.
All right. And what about you, young lady? What's your name?
Hi, I'm Storm Stanson.
All
I
right.
play Mary Lady.
Mary Nicely. See, she had a middle name.
It's a middle name. It's very clear, yeah.
I thought that was like a hyphenated thing, like, something your parents want.
Mary, and then her parents were John Nice and Lady.
Yeah, that's what I thought that was. But.
Fair.
Nice lady.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, so it's not a middle name. See, there you can
her
explore
middle name
more.
is actually Kwanzaa.
Kwanzaa.
And Chris's middle name is Hanukkah, and then everybody gets a little piece of everything.
Well, there you go. So that's perfect. I really like that. Like, it reminded me of the movie They Came Together a little bit, You guys ever seen that movie?
Literally the influence of this movie and one of our favorite movies of all time.
Okay, good.
Both Storm and Alexander to watch it. So thank you for comparing it to that.
Yeah, no, it kind of, it was a different movie, it wasn't like the same movie, obviously, but it had a very much like the same kind of, silliness. Like, I could see Alex as Paul Rudd.
Amy Poehler. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Amy, well, I don't know. It was maybe a little bit kind of like, because Storm was the lead, like the female lead, but she was sort of like more the Paul Rudd character. I don't know. Maybe like it was a little bit of a switch there, to make it a little bit different.
Yeah.
So I had some questions that I wrote down while I was watching it, and I'm excited. So first question is, I got to ask, what is Christmas Eve?
When is it?
No, what is it?
What is it?
Christmas Eve. That's the day before Christmas.
Hilarious.
Well, it was just like it became a thing, like it's a running joke, I guess, right? That just kept going on, and I was like, all right, it's sort of like that thing where you see in a lot of parodies where they'll do the joke a lot, and then after a while you're like, okay, now I get it.
Do it until it's funny. That's my motto.
Do it until it's not funny, and then keep doing it, and it'll get funny.
Yeah, if something's not funny, you just haven't done it enough.
So I do want to ask the writers. So did you guys do a lot of research on this, on like Christmas movies, and how many did you watch, and what did you watch to do the research?
Yeah, we watched quite a bit of bad, cheesy, made-for-TV Christmas movies.
Mm-hmm.
They all have such generic names that it's hard to name them specifically.
I can't remember any specifically because they are all. the same.
An ornament for Christmas, a Christmas ornament, a hometown Christmas miracle, all those ones.
Yeah.
Right.
And yeah, we had a big set of rules before we even started writing the movie of what we did and didn't want to do. We went into this very carefully because we felt that spoof movies are really generally terrible. Starting in the last, as soon as Scary Movie, however, whatever number came around, and then they started doing a spoof movie every week, which was just cramming references in. We definitely wanted to be more like They Came Together, more like Airplane, in terms of relying on jokes rather than a reference. So we had a whole set of rules that we had to follow.
Yeah,
and that was the most of our research, was not only watching Christmas movies, but like good and bad spoof movies.
Yeah,
Right.
what we should and shouldn't do.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, it reminded me of They Came Together, but also reminded me like Wet Hot American Summer and those stuff, but like a Christmas version, which I think was awesome because we haven't really seen a Christmas parody yet. I mean, that I know of.
Done.
So yeah, so it's perfect. What did you guys think, the actors? What did you guys both think of working on this film? Like, were you guys ready to do a parody? And like, were you guys fans of parodies? I guess Alex first, then Storm.
Yeah, well, Shrek is my number one movie of all time. So no, I was super down. I think I've said this quite a bit, but it's one of the only scripts I've read where I couldn't stop laughing the entire time. It was such a, it just came alive off the page, and then I could see the movie as I was reading it, and that was great. And the best part is the movie's better than what I read. But yeah, I think the week before we were shooting, I was out on like a ski trip, and my whole thing was that I was going to phone Jake and Andy right before I was coming on my flight home and say that I broke a leg, because they were like,
The whole thing. That was all that you focused on.
That was it. Like literally, I was like, I don't care about the views, I don't care about the food or the whatever, and I did it. And I think that was the best joke.
Yeah.
Did it work? Did it work? It did
work. It did work.
Okay.
Yeah,
did it.
When he called me, and it was like, what, 2 or 3 days of filming, and he told me he broke his leg, and I honestly think I blacked out for about 10 seconds because I have no memory of what I said or did after that.
I'm sorry to say it didn't work for me.
Didn't work for Jake, but that's my sense of humor. So I think the movie was super fun for me because of that.
Because you tried like to screw them up and make them.
Yeah, because I tried to screw them
up. Every day I would wake up and he would be in front of my bed and he'd be like, Jake, I broke my leg. I can't do it. And I was like, Alex, I get it. And it was one of those things that a joke's not funny until you keep doing it. And so by the last day, I was like, this is super funny.
Yeah. Back, we
broke his leg.
Yes.
Can you walk yet?
I mean, thank God for the pandemic, right? Because I've been able to sit at home all these months and really heal. But no, cannot walk yet.
Okay, fair.
See, that's the beauty of writers, is you guys could have broke his leg in the movie. You could have had him break his leg and then say, okay, if you really want to break your leg, here we go. We'll do that to your character, you know? So what about you, Storm?
It was awful, horrible, terrible experience. Would not do again. Would not recommend. It was super lovely. It was the most amazing experience. Everyone was really great. The script, like Alex said, was super fantastic. As soon as you read it, it was like, oh my God, this is like the real deal. This is a fabulous script. I'd never read something so well put together before. I think I was generally in the mode for it. I hadn't had too much experience doing comedy, so I was a little bit nervous, but it turned out really well, and everyone was so great to work with. They made it so easy. So yeah.
Well, I believe like a lot of that has to do with your character too. That's your character is sort of works well with you maybe not having been a very big comedian, because you might have played it a little bit differently had you done a lot of comedies before. But when you did it, you seemed so natural with everything you said. It was almost just like you just as an actress just going with everything that they told you to do. So I thought you did a fantastic job. You both did, as
Oh, thank you.
you guys worked really well from the minute you guys saw each other, which I guarantee you probably wasn't the first time you guys worked together, that scene, right? Like that wasn't the first time you guys actually like shot, right? So I mean,
Yeah,
everything
we
just,
spent a few days at that
yeah,
point. But they had still never worked together before.
right. Which was pretty cool. You guys seem to have a good chemistry together working, on this film. And sometimes that doesn't even need to work for parodies because, like a lot of it is like you guys don't like each other half the time, like or whatever, until you guys fall in love and stuff in the movie. So did you guys do anything to like prepare yourselves for that like part where you guys don't like each other? Did you guys like stay away from each other? Was it, or did you guys just kind of let it go like that? Either one of you.
Why don't you take that, Alex?
Yeah, working with Storm has been one of the most like terrible experiences of my life, to steal her joke.
Fair.
Yeah. No, it was great. I think we all kind of stayed in the same house just to really like quickly bond most of the cast and the and some of the crew, and that really helped. I think just like waking up and being around each other and really like getting comfortable. But yeah, I think once you spill like 10 liters of hot chocolate on someone, you're just like inexplicably linked, right? I think that's where most of the chemistry came from. So, but I don't know, Storm, maybe you feel differently.
I think it was definitely the hot cocoa. It really brought us together. Absolutely.
Yeah.
What was the hot cocoa?
It was hot cocoa.
It was hot cocoa.
Was it like cold cocoa or was it like?
It was like lukewarm cocoa.
But compared to the air
really hot,
outside,
really
so
cold.
hot.
Well, so how was that? Like having that dumped on you? Like how many times did you guys have to do that? I wonder.
Well, we only had one try because we knew all her clothes were going to get stained.
Although weirdly, it came out of everything, which we weren't prepared.
So we could have probably done it again, but we didn't have to.
And we didn't want to put Storm through it, was the correct answer. Not, we weren't worried about we were worried about her. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
That would sort of be like, yeah, that would suck. Like all of a sudden, yeah, oh, your clothes did come out. Let's try it again, just to see if we can get another angle.
Yeah. But luckily, Alex has such good aim. And just the reaction of that happening for the first time is really fantastic. So I'm glad that we did it in one.
Yeah. You didn't need to like do rehearsals or like anything like that just to get
what I wasn't anticipating is that the hot chocolate would all start like form a river down the sidewalk. And we had no plan for that, but the town was just like, cool.
Well, brown trail in the snow on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
But that's a great thing that town actually became like almost its own character, to actually phrase a little bit of they came together. They actually mentioned that. But it's sort of funny that town became like its own thing. Like you guys kind of so the town was completely okay with you guys just kind of shooting all over the place in it and everything, or?
Yeah, I mean the place that we filmed, I filmed my first movie there, and it's an incredibly supportive, artsy small town. So because there's such a strong community focus in the town, they have always treated us very kindly and been super supportive. All the people in the background are actually from that town. They were all, when the camera wasn't rolling, they were helping out with 100 things that we couldn't have done on our own. And yeah, it's just really as cool as it is on camera, as charming as it is on camera in real life.
Well, what I love about the movie itself is that it's an independent film, that seems very mainstream. All the jokes are mainstream. It doesn't feel like an independent film, but it is, and you can sort of tell at times, obviously, that it's a lower budget, but it doesn't almost feel that way, like this feels like something Hollywood should have done, but didn't do. So you guys decided to do it.
Yeah.
And I love that, because especially during this time right now, we kind of need more like positive laughs and, everything. I mean, obviously during the pandemic, and from what I've understood, Canada hasn't really gotten, this stuff as much as, the United States has gotten. So you guys have been sort of lucky with the coronavirus, this year. I mean, that's what I've heard.
Relatively speaking.
Well, that's good. So let's ask a little bit. Did you guys audition for the role? Did you two have to actually audition? And what was that process like if you did?
Yeah, I auditioned and almost didn't get the part. Andy was like, no.
No, not
Sorry.
this guy.
Okay, anyway.
Oh.
What about you, Alex? Alex, what did you have to audition?
Yes, I had to audition. I went through like very similar audition process to how like any sort of production. And then there was a chemistry read, and then there was the kind of final audition, and then I got the part.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, what about you, Storm? So you obviously had to audition as well. Were you guys in the chemistry read together?
Yeah,
Storm?
we were. Yeah, I did a self-tape audition first, and then they brought me in for an in-person audition, and then we got to do the chemistry read. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, Storm was cast first because sort of everything hinged around her character. And we were just so blown away by her that we wanted to cast her and then cast people around her. So that was how that process worked. It was just sort of, Storm was the first piece, and then from there, seeing how well we all got along with Storm and how she had the same sense of humor as us, we sort of fit everything else around that, and then Alex was next, and then everything else came after that.
Oh, neat. That's awesome that you guys are able to kind of, I guess, get something that you guys all had, planned all ahead. You know what I mean? Like, seeing how the movie itself is so based on around these two characters, you guys are able to get these two actors that, didn't know each other and did a phenomenal job,
Yeah, I did a Twitter thread about it today, actually, because we had one of the biggest movie critics in Canada go on the air today and say that these two should be nominated for their performance. And I'm like, I mean, it seems very strange to say because it's a comedy, but like genuinely, I honestly feel that it's one of the hardest. They had the two hardest jobs of any like indie film in recent history to pull this off, where the whole movie hinges on them selling something as stupid as this. And they just did such a great job that like at any point the whole movie would have crumbled if they screwed up even once.
Yeah.
And they just carry this whole ridiculous tone, and it's like incredibly impressive.
Yeah, and they're mimicking the bad acting of these movies that we're parodying without acting badly, while also trying to be funny, while also trying to play it straight.
Yeah, there's so much.
Yeah, there's so much that they
once.
had to juggle. We were super, super lucky that they were so incredible at it.
And now, just to return the compliment back to Jake and Andy, I was actually talking about this with a friend of mine who's in film today, and one thing that he was mentioning was how often there are such great actors that come into these like Hallmark Christmas movies, and they're forced to kind of like try to make these dead words come to life on screen. And the thing about the writing that Jake and Andy gave us, the script itself, was that the words were already full of life. Like we all we had to do was really like bring them to our own voices and portray them how we, you know, saw these characters, and the words like worked by themselves. Like there was a little bit of thought in terms of like how to make these characters seem a little bit like whole characters.
I remember. Yeah.
And that, but again, like it was super, it was an easy job when the script was so good.
I'd also like to note as well that like most of the movie is word for word exactly what was written down. Like that's all Jake and Andy.
Wow. Like I was wondering about that actually, you know, because like some of these movies you see a lot of it's improv, you know, for comedy and everything. And so it was word for word, no improv pretty much in the movie.
Yeah, I think I just don't think anyone's as funny as me. So I don't want to take a risk, you know.
Smart idea there.
There was certain things, a lot of it was as scripted, but there were certain things that they did with their performances in terms of looks or how they delivered a line that like added more jokes to it that we didn't write. So,
well, you know, and that brings me up to my good question about the writing. Like, had you guys worked together before, like writing wise, or is this your first project?
This was actually the first time I ever co-wrote anything.
Oh, wow.
Andy and I had worked together on my last film and on a bunch of other things, like where Andy would produce and I would write, or the other way around. And we had, you know, some editing each other's work and stuff like that, story editing, but we had no idea how to co-write a screenplay. And then just, I guess, figured it out very quickly where, you know, I wrote one scene, he wrote the next scene. And then that worked a lot better than I ever thought.
Yeah, it became very easy when we realized that the best way to do it was just to try and make the other person laugh and not take it super seriously.
And that's where some of the funniest lines came, where like I would write something stupid like the dog dick line, and then I would only do it because I was like, well, this will never make it in. I just want Andy to laugh at how stupid that is, and then he'd be like, oh, maybe. And then so a lot of the jokes were just like, this is a stupid thing that I would never put in a script, and then it made it into the script.
Yeah,
I think my favorite line. Real quick, was the line about is that a candy cane in your pocket? Or are you happy to see me? And then he was like, oh no, it's a boner. And I just like, because like literally you never see that, you know, like that never goes into a movie. So it was
it's
so
also
funny.
The most obvious joke, and so I think that's part of what's funny about it, is because it's so not funny in a way, and especially that's why I think people see it out of context. Like maybe it was in one of the trailers or something, and somebody commented and they're like, what, this looks so stupid, like, oh haha, it's a boner. And like, yeah, if you are watching the movie and see the tone of it, you would know that the joke isn't that he has a boner. The joke is that that's a stupid joke.
Right.
like it's almost so obvious that you don't expect that to be the punchline.
Yeah, what I'm saying is anyone who doesn't like the movie is wrong.
Yeah.
Alex, were you going to say something? You look like you were, and I feel like I cut you off.
Oh, no. Yeah, no. Let me just like quickly think of something. I guess if there really was a candy cane in my pocket, no, you know, I lost it. There's nothing there. Sorry.
Okay, I was thinking it was before the candy cane comment, but okay, it's all right. You probably lost it before anyway. But yeah, I absolutely adored every line in this movie. Like, it was just so funny. And I think, I texted Andy, it was just, or sent him a message saying I was watching this, like laughing my ass off getting ready. I'm so glad everything happened. I was afraid my power was going to be shut off because apparently we had big winds yesterday, and the electric company was going to shut it off. So, but my area wasn't impacted. Thankfully, I think God was just staring down, and wanted this podcast to happen. So
it's a Christmas miracle.
It's a Christmas miracle. There you go. So was that a thing? Like, were you guys like, we're kind of joking? Like, I'm sure there were times where it was tough, where like things were not looking good, but then something would happen. Would you guys all look at each other and say it's a Christmas miracle? Please tell me you guys did that.
There was definitely lots of cheesy dialogue that we would all say to each other in the kind of tone of the movie. Yeah.
Well, could you tell me, because you guys did do an independent film, there had to have been like roadblocks or issues, or except for Alex, breaking his leg, were there any other potential problems that you guys had to deal with, and how did you overcome that?
Yeah, the whole global pandemic thing wasn't great. Didn't love that happening. That did actually impact us. I mean, luckily we finished shooting like a week or two before lockdown, which was really lucky because we were such a small film that we would have never got back up again. But then, I think, of course, things go wrong every day. But I genuinely think that what makes a movie a great movie different than a good movie is just being lucky and having a lot of things work out in your favor. And that certainly happened with us in a number of ways, including just meeting Braden Barry, who was the composer and the musician. We just sort of found him by chance, and then he did all the original songs and the amazing score, and so many of these sort of things had to happen for it to be what it is.
And I think we were also lucky that because it was such a silly comedy that we could all have a lot of fun filming it, that it was certainly easier to brush off problems and get over them because we were all having fun the whole time anyway. So.
Yeah. Well, it seems like that's what it is, like a set that everybody was enjoying themselves, and you could see it through the production, all the characters just seemed to be having fun being who they were or whatever. So I really enjoyed that aspect of it.
It comes through.
Yeah. What were you going to say, Alex?
No. There's a candy cane in my pocket. No, I was going to say that all I was going to say is I can't skate. And then so a lot of the scenes I'm not actually skating. But that's a small problem. That's like peanuts compared to some of the things that really happen. And anyways.
Storm, can you skate?
I didn't think so, but apparently I can. So that was cool.
I think it's in every Canadian, we have the capacity to skate. It's just something we uncover as we grow older. It's that hidden gem we're all born with.
Yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
I'm an American. I don't know. I can't skate, worth anything. But I haven't skated since I don't know, as a kid. So, maybe I can still. I don't know. Who knows?
You probably can. I feel like you just need to stumble around for 5 to 10 minutes, and then you're kind of good. You get your confidence and your balance, and you're good to go.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Are you guys actually thinking about doing a Cup of Cheer too?
Well, since you mentioned it, if you really want it, I guess.
We would love to, because we had so much fun doing the first one, and we are genuinely friends with the cast, and any excuse to work with them again would be great. So for that reason, yeah, I think finding an actual sequel is a bit harder. But
yeah, I mean, we've started developing it. We've started writing little bits and pieces here and there. It is something that we would all like to do, I think. So if you like,
I'm trying to pitch Cup of Cheer 2, Christmas Vacation in Hawaii. I think that would be
Didn't
Really
Storm pitch
a
that
great idea.
Is that an excuse to go to Hawaii, or is that just like, you just think it's a really funny idea because, seeing them in Hawaii, and for Christmas time, or both?
Both.
Who doesn't want to have a trip to Hawaii, right? Like,
Well, I mean, it'd probably be shot in like Southampton, Ontario, or something like that.
Yeah, what if like we just went a little bit more south for you, so it's like a few degrees warmer? Would you like cup of cheer upstate New York? Is that
that could be funny,
Yeah,
and you can
that
still
would be
shoot
great.
that in Canada,
Yeah, it would be shot
Yeah.
in the same place. Sorry to say.
Yeah, cup of cheer, Windsor, Ontario.
So what else have you guys been up to? I guess, Storm, what have you been up to, aside from this film? Is there any other film projects that you've been doing that you want to plug?
Sure, yeah. I will be having a short film coming out soon. I'm not sure. It's in its like festival run, so eventually it'll be available online, and it's like a horror thriller. It's called The Four People Who Call You at the End of the World. And then there's a feature called The Chamber of Terror, which we'll start filming in March next year. So that'll be coming out sometime in 2021 or 22, I'm thinking. So yeah, there's a couple things coming up. And then hopefully something with Jake and Andy.
Well, that's the great thing, is you guys working together so much, or whatever, having such a fun time. You guys want to continue working. How about you, Alex? Do you have anything going on other than?
Sorry.
Well, I was just gonna say, other than this, like film. But do you have other stuff going on, other films that you want to plug?
Yeah, I make a lot of films at home in my room. And I do have a short that's going to come out hopefully next year. I don't know if it's going to do festivals, though. It might. And then, yeah, hopefully something with Jake and Andy. That would be nice.
Alex and Alex are actually collaborating on something that you could be watching at home fairly soon, potentially.
Right, nice. So when you say soon, so you can't tell us when necessarily, or about when?
That's up to Alex, because maybe I've said too much.
He's giving you that look through the camera. So I guess we don't want to say anything yet, right? But there's something that you guys will be.
Get rid of the fact that I said anything.
Yeah.
They're potentially.
You just messaged me. Shut the fuck up, dude.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's definitely potentially. I think what this whole experience of being stuck inside in quarantine, at least up here in Canada, because we're taking it pretty seriously, obviously with like lockdown procedures in Toronto specifically, it gives you like a lot of time just to be like, wow, I really should be writing something right now, or I should be doing something or making something. And there's no motivation like overwhelming anxiety. So hopefully that kind of pushes, something out, but we'll see.
Nice. I'm looking forward to, because like that seems to be the thing, is like everybody's doing like Zoom movies, and stuff. And I mean, you're gonna see like a swell of them coming on like Amazon, and I think that's amazing that this was filmed in Canada, but like it's like international, out there, at least I know it's here in the States here, but I'm sure it's probably in UK as well. Yeah. So that's amazing, because I guess you guys have a different Tubi and a different like Amazon, right? Like Canada Tubi is different than American Tubi, if I'm correct.
Yeah, some of the on our streaming platforms we'll have different titles here and there, but we thought it was important to make sure that we were releasing to everybody on the same day and also for free, because like you said, 2020 sucks, and so we just want to make people laugh.
That's perfect. Did you guys, I guess, did you guys actually put this out yourselves, or did another company help distribute it?
Yeah, we a bit of both. A mix of self-distribution and we are distributed by a great distributor in Canada called IndieCan that's been helping us out.
Awesome. That's great. I saw them. They're the first things that pop up or whatever, right? So that's great that they were able to. I'm guessing that's independent Canada, IndieCan.
Yeah, I guess.
That makes sense. Yeah.
But also, also is actually kind of cool sounding because indie can, like, you can make an indie. I don't know if that was
great.
I don't know if that was their plan, but like that's what I got out of it when I saw it.
That should be their plan. Yeah.
So thank you guys so much. If you guys stick around after we say goodbye, I'll talk to you guys and let you know more information about where this is going to go out and everything. But I really appreciate you guys sitting the time and chatting with me and everything. And I would love definitely to have you guys back on to talk about whatever other projects you guys got going on at any time, or whatever else that you guys collaborate together on, especially, because I think this is amazing. Cup of Cheer too, for real. Like, I swear, if you guys make that, I would definitely want to see it and everything. And I do plan on doing a review soon of this one, so more people will see it on YouTube, like maybe,
Awesome.
Find out more about it and everything. So
yeah, let me plug that if you want a sequel or whatever, please, share the movie, share tweets about it, and tell people how much you liked it.
Mm-hmm.
We are on Tubi for free. We're on Prime for free.
Yeah, and ratings on things like Rotten Tomatoes, Letterboxd, and IMDb.
Yeah,
they all help as well. So.
Leave us an Amazon Prime rating. That would really help, because then more people will get to see the movie that way. And you can also see my first film on Amazon Prime in the US, I believe. And that is called All About Who You Know, and it's totally different than this. So if you didn't like Cup of Cheer, you should watch that one.
Or if you like Cup of Cheer, you might be like, oh wow, this is different.
Maybe. I think they're both neat.
Yeah, well, good. I would hope you liked both your movies. I don't know. Some people
like Cup of Cheer better. Cup of Cheer is way better.
Okay, well, there you go. That means you're growing, right, as an artist. Well, thank you guys so much. Like I said, stick around. And is there anything else you guys would like to plug real quick and let people know about, or anything?
Follow me on Twitter.
Okay.
At J Korwitz, BY. Sometime I mostly just talk to Alex on Twitter. If you want to see,
that's true. Yeah.
Actually, Storm, do you have a Twitter?
No, unfortunately, I only have an Instagram. That's it.
I mean, that seems to be the thing, is like a lot of people just have one, or they have all of them or something, but it's really hard, but what's your Instagram handle?
It's Storm Stanson. Just my name.
All right. That's great. How about you, Alex?
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at Alexandra T. Oliver. Just change that one up, make it a little bit easier for people to find me. And you can find me on Twitter at AlexOK with 3 Y's at the end. So it's OKAYYY.
Wow, there you go.
Yeah.
How about you, Andy?
I'm on Twitter and Instagram. I don't use them that much, but I think I'm Andy_J_Lewis on both.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. And hopefully people can hit you guys up and let you guys know what they think of Cup of Cheer. Please leave a comment below. Let us know if you guys enjoyed this podcast, but also if you enjoyed the movie. Like, tell us what you guys thought. We did spoil a couple little things, but not really much, I think if you're watching this interview, hopefully you've seen the movie, I mean, I don't know. That would be my guess. So thank you guys, and have a wonderful rest of 2020. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for having
Thank
us.
you so much,
Jonathan.
Jonathan.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Okay,
you.
bye.